Dang it, I see a bad spot here. There's a spot right there. That spot's after 10:5. So we still, I mean, might actually at least get some 10s out of this thing. I'm gonna keep trying though. But you could tell right there, up here at around 11 and 12, this is just horrible. It's kind of cool though. I mean, that's pretty neat that it's all in there like that. I don't know if that's where the ants dug it. I'm guessing that's where, I think it's the ants eating the rotten part of the tree. I think the ants actually like to eat that. I don't think they're really making a nest in the tree. I think they're going in there and they're pulling all of that rotten wood out of there. And I believe they're eating it or doing something with it. But I think they're just going in there and taking it. I don't think they're really building a home in the tree. So I could be wrong. I've never looked that up before. So here's the top of this board that looks perfect. And then here's the other side that looks beautiful. It actually resembles oak. But you got that hole up there, so it looks like I'm getting, what was it, a 9-footer out of this. That's crazy looking. That's pretty wild. That's what it is, just the ants going in there and removing all the rotten parts and then leaving the harder wood parts. Wow, that is super wet right there. Very wet. That's why it's rotting, because it's so wet in there, I guess. Even this is looking pretty wet right here. I don't even know if this is worth continuing to mill, y'all. Not even sure, because that's just so wet right there. That's not going to be good lumber. It's pretty, very pretty, and if I let it dry out, that could be a very nice decorative piece. This in here, it looks about the same as that other one. Pretty much has the spots in the same spots. Let's turn this over. Oh, and then it gets worse. I think I'm done with this log. Half logs come in handy for freehand milling. I like to lay this on the ground and then use the round part to hold my boards up so they don't roll or move while I freehand them. That's what we're doing with this. We're just gonna cut these and use them for holding wood up off the ground and stuff like that. I'm not that upset. I got plenty of nice wood out of this tree, so I'm pretty happy with it. See, now I have these where they'll lay like that, and I can actually lay wood on top of them pretty much like this. and then your wood doesn't move. It'll stay, the log ain't rolling or anything. So I'll take 2 or 3 of them, have my board laying on them, and then when I'm milling, I have my wood up off the ground as I'm freehanding cutting the edges straight. So those will be used a lot on this project, you'll see. I just finished moving this big old stack of wood over here out of the way. These 7 perfect 2x16 footers. Paint the ends so they stay 7, hopefully 7 perfect 2x16s. Sealing the ends like this stops it from drying as fast. The end grain here, it's basically like straws. That's how the wood grain is. More air gets through the ends and it just speeds up the drying process. So I'm trying to cut that off to prevent the super fast drying, because that's what causes the wood to crack. I went and changed into some shorts. Be a little more comfortable since I'm not really using the saws right now. Of course I have to destroy them just by painting the ends of some lumber here. Trying to keep these from cracking. That is that's the worst thing for these things, is the cracking. I already have one over there that cracked pretty bad. Good thing it wasn't one of my real good ones. So I'm praying these just stay whole until I can use them. I guess tar might actually work better than spray paint. All right. That is the one that cracked the other day when I milled it and I was showing it. Yeah, that is the one that's cracked, because these aren't cracked anywhere. These, I guess I'm just gonna put these over here where them logs are, I guess. Maybe just put them right there out of the way. Paint the ends, because next we're dropping this big old pine tree right here. Definitely want to get that done. And from the pile here, I dragged those over there. That way it's kind of local, close to the building we're gonna build, but also out of the way at the same time. Hopefully I'm not gonna have to drop any trees over that way anytime soon, because I would really hate to have to move them dang things again. Man, them things are heavy. And there we go. We got our ends painted. So we'll just cover this back up and keep that out of the weather. Keep them nice and dry. But at the same time, they're still getting air through the tarp. And I actually even added dividers between the tarp and then this top piece holding it down. So it's even getting air around the top too. But we got this side here also. So that ought to stay nice, hopefully, for the time being. Oh, I'm wore out and I ain't even turned the camera on today. Man. Making messes as usual. And we're making poles. See, we got plenty of poles. I don't know if this one's gonna work out. This is a maple. That's the other part of it. I just dragged over there. That came from right here, there. Big maple I just cut down. And I cut down a couple other trees today, trying to get them out of the way right here. Big boy right here can fit in there. That's pretty much what I've been doing all day. Clearing this section right here, just so I can drop that big old pine tree. But also, I'm actually getting some pretty nice post poles, whatever you want to call it, out of these trees. So I've cut down 3 trees, 3 big ones right here. And I've done a ton of trips cleaning up the brush from the top of these things today. And fought a lot of insects flying around me. So we have our pile of creative options here of posts, different kinds of poles that we could use for stuff like railing, rail support post, and maybe even some roof posts for the porch. So I'm just kind of stacking all these here. I need to get something to cover them up, to keep them out of the weather, to keep them nice and dry and keep them from rotting. But that's what's up with these. Here's one maple we cut down today. There's the bottom of it. I think, yeah, that's the top right there. Cut down this other tree, this and that. Drag these over here. So we've been working, cleaning up all kinds of brush. You can see our pile over there. It's getting a lot bigger. I've actually even dragged some to the other pile too. We're collecting these poles. Let me see, how many do we need? I think in the back I'm gonna have 3. In the front I'm gonna have 2. Then in front of that, for the front of the porch, we're gonna have 3, 4, then another 2. So what is that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think I'm gonna have about 11 poles holding this thing up. Right now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe 6, maybe 7, maybe 8. I don't know if I'm using these or not. I know here's one, this one leaning here. I'm probably gonna use that, cut that down and use that as one. So that's what I'm out here doing. There's another really tall maple one right there that's probably got to come down anyway. Happy 4th. Today is the day we're about to drop the big old pine tree. I am looking forward to this. Get us a couple more looks at this thing up here. Look at my dry pile now. Can you see it? Look at that thing. It's a lot bigger. I freaking made that thing like 3 times the size it was. We got all this cleared out. All this is, it's ready. It is ready for this big old tree top. So one thing you'll notice from the side of this tree is a pretty crazy bend in it. Bending over kind of like a palm tree. It's got a serious bend up there. I think level is more like that, I believe. But so it is bent. We do have a chance of a barber chair here. I don't think it's gonna a barber chair, but I'm just saying that is something when we're doing a bent tree like this bending towards the front where it's got a lot of weight on it, there is a good chance of barber chair. So you always want to be aware when you're cutting. You definitely don't want to be standing behind the tree where that could possibly break and come out and hit you. So that's one thing I'm keeping in mind this morning as I'm about to cut this thing down. you can see, it is pointing straight up towards that stump right there. I was wanting to aim it out there. But even if it is going towards the stump like this, when you look at the top up here, it's actually out that way. So even if the tree does fall that way towards the stump, as you can see, the top of the tree is over there, so the top of the tree is still gonna go down to that spot right there. Bam, I think it's still gonna go out that way. So I think I am gonna notch it a little bit more to where it's just aiming right directly beside that stump there. I think I'm gonna shoot for that. Right now it looks like I'm taking a chance of actually hitting the stump. I don't want to break my tree right there because I don't think that's gonna be long enough if it breaks right there. Angle it over just a tad bit. So I'm gonna take a little more off this notch, off that end right there. So I'm wanting this thing about like that now. Now that we're changing direction a little bit. So that's all I gotta take off, just that little bit right there. There we go. Just that little bit dramatically changed the angle of this fall. Just cutting that little bit off there, plus a blade length, change this thing to that much further out past this stump there. So now we have a lot less chance of hitting that stump. And then I still think the tree is gonna fall out towards our opening there.
That's a big one.
Yeah. And it's leaning out so much that it's like quite a chance of a barber chair. This wood's so hard that I doubt that's gonna happen. There's some very strong wood. Dang right.
I saw a cloud of chiggers.
Cloud of chiggers. I thought it was gonna at least go into the trees there a little bit, but it didn't. It's there. Smell that?
Mm-hmm.
It smells good, doesn't it?
Smells like Christmas.
Wow, that went pretty smooth. Now I just gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with this bend in it.
That's the only bend in it? Well, I mean, look at how long you got before that happens. Good grief.
Yeah, I need to measure it because I'm trying to get some, I believe I'm trying to get some 24 footers out of this. I need some 24 foot beams because on the side of the shop, I want them to go from the back of the shop all the way to the front of the porch. So that'll be about 24 foot, 16 for the building, then another 8 foot for the porch. So I need some long ones. I need them to go.
Yeah.
2 of them at least, maybe 3. 3 would be nice because that would support the outside of the porch also on the side. So I really need 3. 4 would be great. 4 would be amazing. Yeah. All right, that's 24. definitely more than 25. Cool. I think that's where we're gonna cut this log. Right there. So I'm thinking that's gonna wedge it in between that and the stump here. Hopefully it'll just fall right on that and sit up off the ground. That would be nice. So we got our stump here, which is gonna kind of make this, actually maybe I should cut that stump off at an angle there. I think I'll cut this off at an angle where it'll sit on that maybe, and then land on that, and it'll sit up off the ground for me. So I guess I'm gonna go 11 on this. Set that at 11. So we'll definitely be able to use them, more than likely for our porch. Need me something to drink. Whew. Now I gotta put this stuff somewhere. Need a good spot that's not too far away. It's kind of close by, but it's out of the way. I don't know. I got that pile over there. Maybe I'll just, this doesn't look like it's gonna be huge. And I'm not gonna mix anything with this. This is just really good firewood. Even the branches burn nice for, not necessarily a fire pit, the branches, but a nice big fire to hang out by, preferably during the winter. I'm just gonna stack it somewhere. I don't know, maybe I'll hang out and have a nice fire this winter with all these little branches. And then the bigger stuff I'm doing in firewood links, the medium branches, I'll stack them, put them aside somewhere, maybe over here. And then the bigger stuff, I cut all of them to 1 foot lengths. So I'll use them to actually put my boards on when I'm freehanding the edges, cutting the edges off of the beams. I'll use those a lot, and then they'll eventually become good firewood. Look at that branch. I seen that branch up in the tree. I thought it was like a big nest, but it's just the way that little bush grew up there. That's crazy. We're almost there. Wash my face. I just got sweat all in my eyes. Ugh. I might have to go wet a rag and wipe my face off. the ground a little bit. That's about it. Well, dang. I think that's about it for today. I'm actually excited. Next video, I'm gonna be freehand milling some 24-foot beams. So hopefully some 24-foot 2x. I'm hoping to get at least 4, 5 would be great. Now to think about it, I could actually use 1, 2, 3. I could actually use 5 of them. I don't know if I'll get 5 out of it, but it's a good possibility because I got 6 out the last log, but the last log was a little bigger in diameter than that. So I don't know, but that is the plan. And I'm actually extremely excited. Tired right now, but I am excited to start milling, freehand milling this. I've been thinking about this for a while now. So it's finally coming to tuition. Is that how you say it? And if I need more than what I can get out of that, I'll just have to start with another tree. We're gonna get them. We're gonna get what we need, sure. I think I'm about to get all my tools together. I think we're going to a cookout. Hang out with some friends, enjoying what illusion of freedom that we still have left. was perfect timing for a nice rainstorm. First time I've seen rain in like a month at least. Dang right.